Let's travel to Chicago to witness a 3-day time trial with experienced journeymen from 3 different local contractors. The purpose? To see how fast our new simple soffit is when compared to standard jig drywall grid soffits or traditional stud frame soffits. Each day we'll have a new team of 4 journeymen. They will have 6 hours to install 80+ lineal feet of perimeter soffit condition. We'll have 1 installer building it out of simple soffit. We'll have 1 installer jigging up drywall grid soffit frames and building it that way. Then we'll have a 2-man crew building the same condition out of stud and track. At the beginning of each day, all journeymen will draw their assignment randomly out of a hat to see how they're going to build their soffit that day. Ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, we're out on the floor. It's been 3 hours since we started today. We started at 7:45, then we had a break in between, but it's 10:45 right now. And we have the single simple soffit installer coming down this side, and he's leading the pack by far. Then we have the drywall grid only single installer, and he's making good headway, but not nearly as fast as the simple soffit installer due simply to the jig time that was involved. Then we have a 2-man team coming down the other side, and again, that's 2 installers. They're getting it up here, but they're still jigging material and bringing it out for installation. So big difference in the production rates with all teams involved here.
You guys brought up the point of safety on, why you like what you're seeing over there with simple soffit versus a traditional. Can you kind of explain a little bit why?
Yeah, well, like a lot of this stuff is, cut on a chop saw table, right? For starters, you have to use a chop saw for this. That whole system eliminates the whole chop saw from. So the chop saw has always been a fire hazard. You can be damaged other products. You can, if there's glass around, other products can be damaged. You got the extension cords, hot work permits, depending on the building. So that all that stuff adds time and adds more of a safety hazard. So eliminating the chop saw is huge. And then
right here, right?
Yeah, and then you got all these sharp edges. As you're going through and framing, as you got to get your hands in there to put these kickers on. You got all these sharp edges that you can get caught on. Which is causing these days that's huge to get away from all that.
Cut on those
yes,
as well.
yes, absolutely.
In fact, I think it's a requirement. You guys have to wear the gaiters, right?
Yeah, well, we wear the Kevlar sleeves now.
Kevlar
sleeves. But either way, things could happen, and with the other system, with the simple soffit, eliminates all that.
Okay, I'm between 2 runs here. On this side, we have conventional drywall grid with DW90 clips, and on this side, we have simple soffit. Now, on the simple soffit side, we got 80 running feet installed in 3 hours and 45 minutes. Over here, we're about half that. We're at about 40 feet in the same amount of time, and that's the difference between jigging. We eliminate the jig on the simple soffit side, but we still have to jig up the template frames for the soffit drops on the drywall grid side. Now, one thing you'll notice when they're hanging the drywall grid soffits, we're attaching to a slightly different type of angle. We call this locking angle mold. We have locking tabs built in to the angle every 8 inches, and it's a layout stick. Literally, when it's time to put up the drywall grid framed main runner tees, whether it's a simple soffit tee or the drywall grid jigged up tee, all you do is click it in place. Then you move down 24, 48, 72 inches, whatever frequency you're dropping your soffit frames. But makes it super easy because all you do is click them in, go all the way down your row, and then come back and put a screw, and you're done.
Hey guys, John Dose here again. Just going to do a quick recap on the last 3 days. We've been here at the Chicago Training Center doing a UBC simple soffit time study. And so 3 different companies over 3 days. This soffit right here is our simple soffit to simulate a perimeter pocket condition. And they averaged over 3 days, the average for a 6-hour day, 6-hour installing time was 123 lineal feet per 6 hours. With the high being 140 feet was the best that an installer got in 6 hours. That's really good. Okay, and then here for the DGS conversion, and excuse the noise because what goes up needs to be ripped down. Everybody's ripping down their projects from the week, from the day. But here's our DGS conversion detail, and it was pretty consistent over the 3 days. They're averaging 80 lineal foot per guy for a 6-hour day. So 6 hours working time, 80 lineal feet. That's still really good. And the installer had to take the mains, cut them, make the template, screw the DW90s on, and then at that point the install from this to the simple soffit was pretty much apples to apples, but it was the prefab time. So again, with the prefab time, they were still averaging 80 lineal foot of this condition in 6 man-hours. That's phenomenal. So here on our traditional framing build, we were averaging 104 lineal foot with the 3 different contractors over 3 different days, and 104 foot average for, again, 6 hours. So, well, times 2, so 12 man-hours. These were a 2-man crew because of all the cutting and screwing and the fab time that was required. But it was still, you know, pretty good. We had some good guys on this project.
Are you ready to speed up the construction of your next major soffit project? Simple Soffit does not disappoint. It's simple to learn more by contacting your regional installation specialist or by visiting armstrongceilings.com/SimpleSoffit.